Hi, my name is Glasco and I'm president of the West Coast chapter of Gamewardens of Vietnam. The PBR was one of the smallest and least traditional craft in the U.S. Navy and was one of the most formidable weapons in the war against enemy infiltration in Vietnam. The uniqueness of riverine operations in Vietnam created an urgent need for a boat that U.S. Navy crews of Task Force 116 could use to meet the demands of river patrol warfare along Vietnam's coastal and inland waterways. These fast, heavily armed craft operated on the rivers and canals of the Mekong Delta and along the shipping channel to Saigon. Their mission, called Operation Gamewarden, was to deny use of the waterways to the communists. The PBR was a versatile boat with a fiberglass hull. These boats were powered by 2 diesel engines and 2 water jet drives, which enabled it to operate in shallow, weed-choked rivers. It drew only 2 feet of water fully loaded. The drives could be pivoted to reverse direction, turn the boat in its own length, or come to a stop from full speed in a few boat lengths. The water jet principle allowed them to operate in less than a foot of water, an oftentimes vital factor in some of the shallow canals where the VC moved men and supplies in small sampans. The Mark II version, like this one, is 32 feet long. 4-man crews with an enlisted boat captain sailed these craft to the Brown Water Navy and saw more than their share of action, which was a good indication that they were hurting the Viet Cong. The PBR typically carried twin 50 caliber machine guns forward, a single 50 caliber machine gun aft, an automatic grenade launcher, and an M60 machine gun, besides the crew's individual weapons. These boats had virtually no armor, and when the PBR tripped into a large ambush or crossing attempt, they would call on Navy Seawolf helicopter gunships for close air support. It was 31 October 1966 on PBR 105 that patrol officer and boat captain Boatswain Mate Chief Elliott Williams, under overwhelming odds, engaged an enemy force in an isolated area of the Mekong Delta in a battle that lasted 3 hours and accounted for the destruction or loss of 65 enemy boats and inflicting numerous casualties on enemy personnel. For his immense bravery in this action, Boatswain Mate Chief Williams earned the Medal of Honor, our country's topmost military award. Boatswain Mate Chief Williams was the most highly decorated U.S. Navy sailor of the Vietnam War and the highest decorated enlisted sailor in the history of the United States Navy. This boat was one of 250 stalwart PBRs that helped defend freedom and safeguard the people of South Vietnam. Its bow now points to the memorial wall in respectful tribute to the brave men of Task Force 116, whose ultimate sacrifice can never be repaid.